Hi, I'm sorry about the lighting. My name's Laura. I'm 63 years old and I am in law school. There's this great program that lets people who are over 60 go to college for um, with no fees and no tuition. So the hardest part about it is getting out of bed in the morning. I really have um, sort of semi-retired, and then COVID hit, and I have to go back to work. So I'm going to study law, and that seems like a great thing for me to do with the end of my life. And so here I am in bed, and if you, like me, just ache everywhere every day, let's work on that together. So I'm going to show you ways that you can exercise in bed. Um, we'll move to the floor on some days. Everything is just going to be nice and easy. So for now, let's just lay on our back with our palms facing up and our feet just a little bit under shoulder distance apart, maybe even shoulder distance apart. Really, this is all about comfort for you and what you'll be able to do every day. So let's start by breathing, which sounds like, of course, we breathe, but let's breathe deeply and intentionally. So we're going to inhale through the nostrils and exhale through the nostrils. Now you keep doing that. I'm going to say that if it is difficult for you to breathe through your nose, then by all means, you can use your mouth, and I'll show you one simple breath through where I exhale through my mouth. So I'm going to inhale in my nose and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So you can breathe through your mouth, inhale as well. I don't like to do that. It feels like I'm gulping for air, like I'm drowning. So if you can clear your nose, then try to breathe in through your nose. Now we're going to focus our breath into our outer extremities, our fingers and our toes. So you're going to breathe in. Makes me cough. And exhale. As you breathe in, feel the oxygen going all the way through your body. Send it there in your mind. Let it go up into your head and into your shoulders. Now, you should feel a little more relaxed. Maybe you aren't noticing the pains. I'm not, but I remember all day and every day I have, I'm not flipping you off, I have this middle finger that's very swollen, and I had it x-rayed because I thought it might be broken, but it wasn't. It's just old. They said it was degenerating. So I want you to think about that part of your body that has been giving you grief, that's always achy. I know that might be your entire body. I've had days like that. But really try to find one spot. And now we're going to relax that spot by breathing into it. And as you exhale, let it sink down into the bed, or if you're laying on the floor, into the floor. Relax it. Just say over and over in your mind, relax, at ease. Find the position where that part of your body feels the most comfortable. So, as another example, if you have frozen shoulder syndrome, meaning that it hurts you when you even lift your arm up a tiny bit, and now you may be going to see a doctor for this, and I want you to continue doing as the doctor tells you to. You may be seeing a physical therapist. I am not a physical therapist. I'm just another person like you who has lived through these pains. What I suggest is to find the position where it no longer hurts you. So when I did have frozen shoulder syndrome, that was tying my arm down to my side. Not literally, but in my mind, keeping it right next to my body where it didn't hurt. And so that's what I want you to try just for this time together, to be in a position where either you have no pain or it's minimalized. And you're breathing and relaxing everywhere. Now, let's wiggle our toes. If your toes hurt or they can't wiggle, that's okay. You just note that in your mind, and nothing that you do today should hurt. So if anything that I suggest gives you further discomfort, pain, or is in any way intolerable, leave that and go back to just breathing and feeling your lungs expand to the maximum that they can, and then exhaling out toxins. So now laying in a comfortable position, we're wiggling our toes. Now we're going to leave the toes steady and just take our ankles, take your whole foot and turn it at the ankles. Small circles in one direction. Again, if this is uncomfortable for you in any way, make those circles very, very, very small. Just almost an imperceptible movement. But each day you're going to try to do a little bit more. So now we're going to take the feet in the opposite direction. And we're still breathing. Now I'm going to make bigger circles. That does not mean that you have to. Everyone's body is different. And your body may not be what it was at one point. I know mine's not. So enjoy where you're at right now. You're just getting a little bit of movement in. Now you might even want to tap your toes in the air. Tap them against the air. Okay, good. Now you're going to squeeze your legs. So no one's going to notice that they're moving. You're just squeezing them and then release them. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. And I'm going to take your knees in, or we're going to take your knees in, your feet flat on the bed. Readjust your back so that you feel like you don't have an arch in it at the lower back. You're tucking your hips just ever so slightly in. And that's where we're going to stay for a moment. Just tucking the hips in just ever so slightly. We're not going into a bridge. Not yet. Maybe never. We're going to take the legs now, drop the knees together and squeeze them tight together. So you're using your own body as the weight that you're pushing against. So you're just pushing your knees together and then relax. Push together and relax. Push together, relax. Last time, relax. And now we're going to take your knees and open them as wide as you can. If they don't come all the way down to the mattress and you have some pillows on your bed, you can take the pillows and put them underneath your knees for extra support. I should have told you to bring some extra pillows onto the bed. You can always pause, hit the pause button and go grab a couple more pillows. I am flexible, so I'm going to take the pillow out, but you can have the pillows there and you're feeling a stretch inside your thighs. And just really try to enjoy the stretch. And then finally, we're going to bring the knees back together, straighten the legs out, and we're back in our original pose. Now we're going to take our hands, and if you're able, you're going to squeeze them. Now, if one hand works and one doesn't, then just squeeze the one that works. And again, if you have pain, it's going to be funny if I really don't use that middle finger. It's going to look like I am flipping the bird here. God has a funny sense of humor. But you just want to feel your hands squeezing tight and then relax them. So squeeze and relax, squeeze and relax. And we'll do this a few times. Try to enjoy the way it feels as you extend out. And you feel some energy coming in, maybe some blood getting to your fingertips. And last time, we're going to bring the hands back down, palms facing up. And now we're just going to do a little bit of arm movement where we're going to lift the right arm up. Well, I'm going to say the left arm up, so we're mirroring each other. So lift your left arm up. Feel the blood flowing down from your fingertips. I know this may take strength. Now we're going to slowly bring that arm down to the side. Now, if this is too much of a stretch for you, bring your arm in closer to your body. That's going to make it easier. Otherwise, you're bringing your arm out so it's like half a T, and then you're going to lift it up and lower it down towards your leg. We're going to take the right arm now, lift it up, feel the blood flowing down, open it out to the side if that is in your range of motion. Otherwise, bring it down closer to your body and then lift up and bring it down. Now, pretend that you're holding a weight, like a barbell, in your hands. So you're squeezing your hands if that's available to you. Otherwise, you could keep them flat open. But if it's available to you, you're holding that barbell. And now you're going to lift and you're going to give yourself the restraint. So like in your mind, you're working against yourself lifting until you're all the way up. Now slowly and in control, take that weight and lower it down. You're in control. You're not just letting your arms fall down, but you're just holding tight, slowly and in control down. Let's do that one more time. Pushing against yourself as you lift. You're creating your own tension. And then slowly lower it down in control. Feeling those triceps working. Engaging your biceps until you're all the way down. And now we're going to roll the hands in like we're doing curls for our biceps. So slowly and in control again. In, slowly and in control, out. In control, in, creating your own tension. So you feel like you have a weight in each hand and out. In we go. Slowly. Take it out. Slowly. And last time. In and out. And now just let everything relax. Open your hands. Breathe deep. Okay. Now, if you're ready and you want to add some sitting exercises, we're going to lift up into a sit. If not, you can stay on your back. It might not be quite as easy. What we're going to do is some head rolls, shoulder rolls. So if you're staying on your back, then when you roll your head, really you're just doing an almost, well, it's a small movement where you're rolling your head. You might even use your eyes to look up and over, down and around, just getting a little movement in the head. Now, if you feel like you want to try getting up, you're going to sit up and you're going to take your head and just roll it forward, roll it the other way. There's so much tension caught in our necks and our shoulders. This is a really great way to release some of that tension. Kind of give yourself a little massage as you go. This whole exercise program should feel like you're massaging yourself. You're caring for yourself. And then we're going to take the shoulders and roll them back. Now again, if you just need to make really small movement, that's fine. What we're trying to do is just get it so that we feel like we're, trying, moving forward, doing what we can, concentrating on the positive things that we're doing for ourselves today. So, by the way, please, if you feel like this is a good place for you to be, if this is the kind of exercise program that you want to start with, make comments. Let me know what your goals are. Let me know what you do the rest of your day that you enjoy. And, it's just a nice way to connect. I am not a professional, obviously, YouTube creator. I'm just another old lady having fun. And this to me is like a hobby. And so it's, would be very nice to connect and hear what's going on in your life. So thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Laura, and I'm going to try to give you some small and comfortable exercise that you can do even if you're stuck in bed or a wheelchair. Um, but we will eventually move down to the floor and add in a little bit more at a time. So thank you again for joining me.